Okay. Hey guys, how's it going? It's me, Yoko from Japan. Welcome back to my channel. I'm live from Fukuoka Prefecture, Japan. How are you guys doing? Oh my gosh, a big Y on my background. My husband left the what you call like a green screen, the background thing in this room, and I was too lazy to get rid of it. So just thought that I would use it for my background. But anyway, so I'm so sorry for missing it for the past two weeks or so. I was sick, and also I was 1 week I was busy writing an article, which I should talk about in a minute. But yeah, it's published. But yes, and like I was so much deep into it that I actually forgot, to be honest, to go live. And the following week, got I caught a cold from my husband. So, but anyway, I'm here and I'm back, so I'm so happy to be here. Hi, Yoko. Hello. Early. Hi, Yoko. Hello. Oh, my nose is itchy. Mm. Oh, lots of lots of emoji, I think, that I can see. But anyway, a US viewer trying to stay awake so that I can see you go, oh, that's so sweet. Hello. I'm here now. You're like I don't know, slapping your face on something maybe. Watashi wa tori desu. Are you? Hello, 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 Yokohide. Hello. When is this live start? It just started. How late will she start sometime? Latest was about yes, screen. Call from Hide, bad Hide, no ice cream for you, yeah. Oh, which reminds me, I've got ice cream in the fridge today. Yes. What is this background? My logo I'm using. So like you also see the pink one on the corner, and that's for the streaming, and this is a picture. Anyway. How are you? So in the meantime that I didn't talk to you, I wrote an article and it was published on the online platform of this, like the most sold conservative magazine, like the online version, which is called Hanada Plus. And I wrote about the U.S. presidential election situation. Especially I wanted to write about the arguments that have been going on in the U.S. regarding the Hamas attack, which occurred on October 7th. And I wanted to write about the reactions coming from the Republican Party side. And the last time I wrote for the platform, I focused on Vivek Ramaswamy. And so this time I wanted to write about Nikki Haley, actually, because her presence rose, after the attack against Israel. Like she is like, you probably, label her as a neocon, right? But her strong stance against Hamas is or terrorism generally is it shows strong America. And also like I know that conservative people in the US don't like the idea of interfering in overseas situations, especially when your borders are threatened, and when illegal immigrants are flooding in your country, and like you can't even sustain the domestic politics anymore, right? Like, and also there are the threats of identity politics and so on, and like you have all these issues inside, like economically too. And so you don't want to think about like it's not your priority probably to think about overseas situations, especially when they've been fighting for thousands of years, right? But Nikki Haley, though, her neocon background is actually appealing to. It can be appealing to other countries like mine, right? because we want America to be in the picture in this global war against authoritarian regimes or all these terrorism organizations, right? But anyway, so I just introduced what she has been saying since the attack happened, and also I wrote about the this hot war against the two, Vivek Ramaswamy and Nikki Haley. Like they've been kind of being nasty against each other. I didn't expect that from Ramaswamy actually. Like he's been writing about Nikki Haley like consistently, and you know how Vivek likes to like especially because he's a smart person, like he wants to lay out the points, like he has all these lists, right? Like America First 2.0, or truth, and then 10 commandments and so on. Like he likes to list up everything, right? And and also for about Nikki Haley too, like he keeps posting the list of like how she made money while she was like through the experience of her as the ambassador to the UN and so on. And yeah, anyway, so I wrote about it, and the good news is that I it was not the title that I gave to my article, but the publisher uh, gave my article a title, a good title, which basically said that Trump saw it coming. Like he had foreseen what was going to happen to Israel. So the five prisoner swap. I think it was in on September 11 actually. And then a 6 billion deal. So and Trump was opposing to that, so I introduced that too in the article, and then the publisher took that part and said like, oh, Trump saw it coming, and there are so many Trump supporters here. It is actually kind of problematic because like there are lots of fans, like Trump fans, Trump supporters in Japan, which I think policy wise, I think it's good because we want America to be strong and we want strong American presence on this global stage. However, we don't get to, because of that, like they have concluded that they want to support Trump. So we don't talk about the policies of the US, right? So that is not good politically. But because there are so many fans here, the publisher was like, yes, we're going to title this article like this. And then it was the most read article in the whole week. It's the big publisher here on the conservative side. Even though they don't publish many articles, still there are big name people writing articles each week. So like I was so thankful that the information that I give, all the things that I'm seeing in English sources, like I could deliver that to my Japanese audience. So that was good. Anyway, here's my logo, and Yoko looks elegant as always. Thank you. Nothing has changed. Yeah. I feel like I'm growing older and older now that I'm 38, by the way. So like you start to see all the changes in your body, know. But the past few years, like after I hit 35, I think like my body started to change. So like, oh, I'm getting old. Like I have a like gray hair too. You can't really see, but like I have more and more. So like, oh, I'm getting old. um Hello, Yoko. How concerned would you say the Japanese public is about low birth rates in Japan? And what do you think is the best way to fix that issue in Japan? I've covered this many times in the past too, but in short, the root cause of the low birth rates today is due to economy. And people in the long run, of course, the culture is changing, in all the developed countries. right? Like in the US, in Europe, or even in East Asian countries too, like China and South Korea, our values are changing. So in the long run, we have to think about what to do about it too, right? Like all the values are changing. Like people don't value marriages the same as before, and also like the individualism way of thinking, or like people's rights or freedom. Like we have many options now, like we can decide how to live, and that is it is good, but it's causing a problem when it comes to birth rate. And we can talk about that too, but right now, right this moment, for example, there are lots of married couples that actually want babies, but they literally say that they can't afford it. So that's number one. And so in order to fix that, of course, we have to fix economy. And how do we fix the economy? We have to decrease our what's called taxation in Japan. And so that's one of the Japanese peoples began to talk about taxation recently. So that's good, but it's not strong enough to have our national election with. So we don't know what's going to happen. But like tax is one of our main topics here. So that's good, I think. Culturally, though, I don't know. But people love babies, though. Like aside from politics, I play Call of Duty Mobile, like the shooting game, and I have many reasons why I play that game. But one of the reasons why is because I can interact with young people, who I cannot reach through political activities. When you do political activities here in Japan, it's all like those who are above like 60s in general. And they are so much older, and I can't even find my own generation. There are some, but the percentage is very low, and people don't even go vote. When it comes to national elections, over the past years, only half of the population go vote. So like Japanese people are like, we take it for granted that our everyday life is secured. So they are not very much interested in politics. But anyway, where was I getting at? I forgot. Sorry. I'm random. I talk about many things and I give so many premises, and I get lost in my thoughts sometimes. Oh, in Japan, I mean Japan, Hanada. It's called Hanada. Um, what are war fatigued in the U.S.? Huh? We are. Sorry, I must be sleeping. We are war fatigued in the U.S. Can't find everyone else's wars. Is that so true? It's so difficult though. I think it's all about balance, because the reason why the US is taken seriously by the world even today is the strong presence in everywhere. Like the US is everywhere in the world, right? Like investing somewhere, or their bases are everywhere. And it's like you see America everywhere. And if you make a move like economically, for example, like they will come to you and tell you what to do, or start negotiating or something. Like it's I know that Obama said that America is no longer the police of the world, but still it's fundamentally, I know that like we can see that the US cannot afford it anymore, but still culturally, political culturally, if that's a word, still the presence is strong. And my country, of course, has this alliance with the US, and we are dependent, obviously. And for us, it's good that the US has all this power in the world, and yeah, but we can all see the shift, that you can't actually fight everyone else's wars, as you wrote. But then the world order that we live in today or the world order that was established after the World War II. So the question is, do we want to change that? Do we want to risk it to change that, because it's not it's not easy to keep this order, right? Like once, now that Biden has taken power, this is the world that we live in. Like all these conflicts everywhere and our freedom is threatened. Even our lives are threatened. And I can't believe how, what's happening in the US, all this border border situation, and also the protest against Israel in the US. It's crazy to me, but I think that it's the result of diplomatic failures of Biden administration, because if the diplomacy was good, if America was strong, and um, yeah, then this wouldn't have happened. The domestic issues that are happening right now are due to the failures of diplomacy, I think. At least like that's how I see. So it's like if you go back, like why is this happening? Oh, because of this. Oh, and why is this happening? Oh, it's because of this. And if you go back to what the roots, then you realize like all these diplomatic failures. So yeah, because wars are the final stage of diplomacy, right? The the wars I believe are the like the final stage of diplomacy. Like I was gonna paraphrase it, but I forgot where I was going. 秘密結社のようなバックスクリーン。そう。まあでも勝手に、なんだろう、三角のマークがあったてか丸じゃねえ。この Y がダサくなるんで三角にしたっていうだけなんですけどね。はい。まだ骨折したところはくっつきません。Oh no! 早く治ってください。早く治るといいね。どうやって治すんでしょうね。日本語好きなので言ってください。でも他の人がわからないんですよね。英語だけわかる人が困るので。はい。Hi, Yoko. Hello. Congratulations, Yoko. Thank you. How are your art sales? I'm selling none. Oh my gosh. Buy my art. Link in the description box below. I have an Etsy store. I should draw. I was gonna draw last night, but then I got really sleepy. But then it's weird because I went to bed at 12 at night and then I finally slept at like what, 7 in the morning. Like I was dozing off and then wake up, dozing off, and then wake up, and I kept doing that. Is anyone else thinking of the Iranian hostage crisis when looking at the Biden-Israel situation? That was a big reason why Jimmy Carter lost re-election in 1980. Oh man, I should study that. I'm not familiar. I should ask my husband. I started noticing gray hair in my beard. In your beard this year, and I'm only 27. Oh, yeah, it depends on your genetics, I think. Like in my family, it depends though, like each member of the family, like who has gray hair and who doesn't. It's weird. Oh, Super Chat, thank you so much. Keep finding no internet data only. Sorry. Oh, still, thank you so much for coming and thank you so much for Super Chat. It really helps me. Yes, makes me happy. Yes, like the past few weeks, I didn't go live, so that means that I didn't have any income. That's a problem. I'm going to Tokyo soon this month again to do political activities, and of course, like we are using our money to go. So I don't know how we are living or surviving here in this bad economy with poor income. Anyway, thank you. If you don't value you, if you don't value your marriage and family, you do not value your own culture. Yeah, have more than two kids in marriage to help humanity. Yeah, exactly. I'm a little too late to the game though. So sad. I'm not a healthy person. Like I'm not in a good health. That's really terrible. Anyway, if you don't, oh, you rewrote that. Okay. Yes, 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 yes. I'm at least like happy though about myself that at least now I understand why it's important to have kids, and also like together with how beautiful it is to have children. Like I didn't know that when I was soaked in this liberalism ideology, like growing up. I studied English, and studying English means that I would collect like I would be in, you know I come from Japan and I study another language, and I would learn other cultures and values, and often it's liberalism, right? And also in school I was taught that Japan was the bad country, especially during the World War II. So then, like, if it's mixtured, then I fall into liberalism, right? So I used to believe that, and also like, so I had the attitude, right? Like, oh, kids, like, like I was one of those kids, and I was like, I don't need kids, so like, and also like, I think if you are too much into liberalism, like you start hating humanity. At least that was the case for me. And then I was ashamed to be a human to begin with. And I was ashamed to be a Japanese citizen because that's what brainwashing does to you. And then, so if you hate yourself, then you don't want to leave your offsprings in this world, right? Because especially if you think that the world is chaotic and such a bad place, like you don't want to give a birth because it's a terrible thing to do. Right. So that was my belief, and I was like, no, no kids, right? And also, I was not interested in focusing on somebody else than me, like myself. And so that was my younger days. But today, I learned all this beautiful values, like what it means to be a part of this country, and how important it is to carry on the path that our ancestors had taken, and so on. And also I have to think about the population of my country, because population is power, and there's no doubt about it. So yep. Okay, not many comments, so I should read everything. That's not too dissimilar to the leadership. Oh, super chat. Wait, should I get to super chat? Thank you, super chat, Daniel. Thank you so much. Congrats on your article. It's so good to have someone explain American politics to those in Japan. Our politics can be very confusing, even we don't fully understand what is going on. It's so true. Yeah. Which reminds me, before I came on, I was checking some of the Fox News videos, and one of them showed the numbers of like pro-Israel and pro-Hamas or pro-Palestine people on TikTok, or like how no, it's not like how much. I think it's the impression, or like how many views it got, and so on. And Palestine was much bigger. And I realized that there are some manipulation going on too, especially on social media platforms and so on. And so it's even making things more confusing, I think. Um, but yeah, I try to be as objective as possible. I'm a Virgo. I can do that. Virgos are like we are good at analyzing, and also my my personality test. Like I posted that yesterday on X, but I am type ENTP. I'm a debater, so like I don't have to care about my emotions. Like I have them, and but usually like I can put that aside and see things like objectively. But the problem though, like as I said, like there are so many Trump supporters here, and I was sharing my article with people I know to promote, right? Like, oh, hey, look at my amazing work, right? Like I was doing that, and then this one famous um teacher, I would say, he's really good when it comes to history, but then those who are around him when it comes to the modern politics are pro Trump, which is good, but it's very biased, you know. It's a little bit different from what I see. But anyway, I just in the article I just laid out what happened. Oh, Nikki Haley said this, and Ramaswamy, be her basically like he is like Ramaswamy is trying to pull her down, and then but then in the meantime, Trump was saying stuff like this, and then people are re-evaluating Trump administration, and now, but then at the same time there are some critics, or I mean like critical articles too, saying the Republican Party policies, or when it comes to diplomacy, it's like it depends on each candidate, and they don't have the direction as a party, and which is a problem. So that's why one article that I saw was pointing out, it was actually from AP. But so I just laid out all these things, like all these facts, in chronological order. I just laid them out so that people can understand what's going on. And then this person that I shared it with, somebody with like social status, like a title, like somebody famous here, was like, "Oh, I don't agree with this perspective, but it's a good article," or something like that. I'm like, "What are you saying? Like, there's no like, I didn't put any thoughts into it. I just laid them out. Like, of course, like when you lay them out, you can kind of, state some opinion, but." I don't know. I'm like, how can you oppose to that? Like we have to realize, there are good and bad in each candidate and so on, right? But people don't want to face it, so that was interesting. But anyway, thank you for your super chat and another super chat. Thank you, Rona Short handed Glenn Youngskin in Virginia. Why? Would you elaborate? Sorry, I'm not familiar. Handed Glenn Youngskin. Governor Glenn Youngkin? Virginia Government Glenn Youngkin indicates he won't run for president in 2024. Who is he? Like, is he good? But he's not running. Oh, after Virginia election results, Glenn Youngkin not likely to mount a 2024 campaign. I haven't been following all this like local things. Thank you for that. Let's see. Oh, you are talking to each other now? Why have a kid in such a cruel world? I much rather be born than not be. Yeah, that's what I used to think. You can adopt it And you could help others. Oh yeah, I could adopt kids, I think. Yeah. Because it's i- in Japan too, like it was a very common thing to do, because especially because our culture or society is based on families, like not on the level as other countries, like we like family. Like I can't even explain it. Like you see the imperial family, right? Like I don't like the word imperial, but our emperor is there, and we have all this family, and that's what represents our country. So like, and like to us it's important that we carry on our family, and so you have to have, like, you have to cherish your family line. So sometimes, like back in the day, when there were not those who, like, when there were couples that can't have children, then they will get one from the relatives and so on. That was very common. Oh, super chat! Thank you so much. Look up the documentary Birth Gap by Stephen J. Shaw, who addressed the birth rate crisis worldwide. He also immigrated to Japan to research the topic and theorized that the decline in Japan began with the oil shock of 1973. Really? That's interesting. I'll be interested to see that. Let me get a screenshot. Yes. Thank you for your information. Hmm. Yeah. Like as I said, like right now, there are problems like right this moment, and at the same time, we have to see in the long run. And in the long run, I think that I should pay attention to that. That's interesting. Mm. And it's interesting that it's happening in other countries too. Like isn't it interesting that our cultures are all different, but like as humans, like we end up being the same. Like the choices that we take happen to be the same. Cool, cool, cool. Thank you so much for your super chat. It really helps my channel and my life. Yes. So super chat. Adoption is wonderful. I was adopted. Really? Oh, yeah. I really love hearing, like, of course, like you hear bad stories, when it comes to people getting adopted, like it's depicted in entertainment and so on, and you have this kind of like when you generally think about it, like you get this negative image. But I know that it's not always the case, and mostly I think, like, or I have no idea, but I like to think that it works well, and especially I'm a spiritual person, so like everything is guidance, by whatever power is above us. So it's like all these people are coming together for a reason. So yeah, it's nice. We need to be able to make money though first. Like, see, that's the. I think I have talked about uh, Planned Parenthood before too, right? Like it's leftist agenda, but it's here as well. The influence is here as well. So like I was taught in school, like, oh, you have to, like, when you get married and have children, or when you want to have children, you have to plan ahead. That's what I was taught in school. And so like I'm imprinted by the teachings, and so like, and also I want to be responsible, and yeah, like I think that pets are like I don't want to compare humans with pets, but like yeah, like some people are not like irresponsible, when it comes to like how like nurturing a life. So like I want to be good. Anyway, it's good. Welcome back, by the way. Thank you. It's nice to be talking to you guys again. Local elections are important to pay attention to. Yeah. I would die for Yoko. Oh, that's a extreme statement, but thank you. Um, let's see. Wait, I feel like this comment is like going back and forth on my screen. Wait, well, I got here, 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 here. Oh yeah, let's read this. That's not too dissimilar to the leadership of the Democrats, entropy, incumbency, and nepotism. Sorry, just win by default in most cases, which is sad. And it was precisely because Trump was a total outsider. He appealed to many people who would otherwise be uninterested in voting. Yeah, like the reason why I'm here like this talking to you was because of Trump too, just so you know. Because he was a game changer and his background was appealing to like, oh, what he's gonna do. And especially after Obama administration, like we knew, like from Japan, like we knew that Obama administration was destroying America and the world order. And when you think about the Hamas and Israel situation too, like you think about Iran, right? And then when you think about Iran, like you remember all this nuclear agreement during Obama administration, and so yeah, it's been like it's always the Democrats, man, always the Democrats. And as for Japanese people, it was a war, but still, like, we were bombed, like, on a daily basis. But in addition to that, as you know, like, we got bombed by nuclear weapons. And who dropped that? The Democratic Party administration. So that's our understanding, at least among conservatives today. Like we see the difference between the Republican Party and Democratic Party. Like the conservatives back in the day were even against going into war against Japan. So it's been the same. It's always the Democrats. But at the same time, it's good and bad, to be honest, because I fight against CCP, right? CCP China, they're the cancer in this world. And they are torturing our friends in our neighboring countries, Tibetans, Uyghurs, some Mongolians, Hong Kongers, and soon Taiwanese, even Cambodians too. We're all suffering because of China. And where was I going with that? what was I going to talk about? We forgot. What? Sorry. Somebody remember what I was saying before that? um, sorry. When I talk about politics in another language, it gets confusing in my head sometimes. Where was I? I'll get back to that once I remember. Sorry, this happens often. Uh, YouTube has been extra strength communist mode lately. I've had my comments removed so frequently today. Really? Huh. But recently, YouTube changed the layout a little bit on the platform, like on the application and on the website, like both of them, I think. And they are definitely changing things around. Like it can be seen on the surface too. Huh. Interesting. Did you get mention of your art in your news article? No. uh, when it comes to journalism, it's only journalism, unfortunately. Let's see. Going down, 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 down. I'm California. In California, you mean? You are allowed to steal up to $959. Lots of thieves now. Yeah, I hear about it too. Many stores closing. Yeah, it's really stupid. The policy is so stupid. Like, who thought that was a good idea? So stupid. But wasn't there the policy like lower amount in the first place though? It's weird. Control of Virginia state legislature and state senate Ronna McDaniel, the RNC chair, didn't fundraise to help Glenn and Republicans take further control of a state that went for Joe Biden by 10 points. That is very difficult to understand for me because of my because of English. Sorry, but uh, but it didn't help fundraise to help Glenn. I see. I should look into more. Oh, hello, Tony. Sorry for noticing way later. Let's see. My husband is coughing. Like he abruptly coughs lately. I think that he hasn't completely like overcome the cold from a few weeks ago, or maybe that he's a grandpa now. Like grandpas cough all of a sudden, right? They're like, yeah, like, right. And that's what grandpas do. Like, I can feel it too, though. Yeah, it just happened. Is it true, Yoko, that everyone in Japan watches anime and that by watching anime, I can understand everything about Japan? Quite possibly. Even better than a Japanese person. Yeah, some people believe that that's the case, but yeah. Not everyone watches anime. It's so weird that people think that we all watch anime. Like we see anime, on TV or in in the city or something, because like anime goods everywhere, and you see commercials too, and you will be seeing, but that doesn't mean that you are interested in animation. And I like anime when it comes to like our soft power, like I just see like politically, like that's the strength of our country actually, like obviously like gaming, anime, and all this soft power is important, and we should invest in that. But other than that, there are preferences, and yeah, it's weird that I get pointing out by foreigners about Japan, like, oh, Japan is this and that, and I get schooled by foreigners sometimes. And as you know, like I posted that on X, but yeah, I mean, I was born and raised in Japan, and I am ethnically Japanese 100%. And yeah, At least I know what it's like to be Japanese and what it's like to live here. And what I'm proud of myself is that I I'm not a typical person, like I mean a citizen. So like I meet all levels of people, from like socially weak people to like national diet members, like all kinds of people. And at the same time, um um I've lived in another prefecture as well. And also like I live in Fukuoka. I went to Osaka for university for 4 years. And then I traveled around with my husband for his work, with cars, and we visit many prefectures. And also I went, like we go to Tokyo often. And then in Tokyo you meet many different kinds of people as well. So like I meet lots of people. And also like I've also worked in local elections and elections in Tokyo. And so I have lots of experiences um with people. So like I know people, and their cultures, and also values. It's like when you say Japanese, like it is so vague, it is so abstract, even though it can mean one thing. We are Japanese and we do have this like common values and so on, but there are lots of different types of people, and there are many differences. And at least I understand that, but I don't think that foreigners can actually have my knowledge, from another country, especially. Or just because you live here for a couple of years, not gonna get you the knowledge, unfortunately. But there are some very devoted foreigners here, though. Like they do know our culture better than I do. Like there are like sometimes very rare people that are more Japanesey than I am, but that's really rare. So I don't really think about them. Hmm. Let's see. Mm-mm-mm. Only in the news have heard it going bad. Oh yeah, adaptations. Yeah, adoptions. Why did I say adaptations? Adoptions, yes. In the US, it is some adopted child, especially in foreign country, by US's someone them have been sent back to their country with a word of adopting parent. We don't we don't want this child. Yeah, sometimes like celebrities they would like to adopt. That's very interesting. I guess for their image, and also they like to select. I don't know. Man, celebrities in the US are like special. I think that they donate a lot of money when there are disasters and so on. And also they adopt children, like many of them, to care. And that's something that you don't see here in Japan. The closest thing that I saw recently was Ayumi Hamasaki, our singer, like J-pop singer, and she she adopted these dogs, or I think it was dogs. I don't remember. I think it was dogs, but some pets from the shelter. So and everyone was like, oh, and like she was like the disabled or the hardest ones to be adopted, like she was gonna get them. So that's the request from her. So the internet people were like, wow, that's a cool thing to do. Anyway, oh, you knew a few kids in school who were adopted too? Cool. Hi, Yoko and friends. You're from Bangkok. I'm Japanese living here. Oh, you're Japanese. Okay. I strongly wish Trump can win the 2024 election, but there might be risk of no election either. What do you think? What do you think his victory? Oh, yeah. I wonder what's going to happen when it comes to voting, even if Trump is politically strong and he can win and it can be rigged. And so I hope that Americans learned from the past few times, there are problems with voting. Or, I mean, every time I guess both ends complain that it was rigged, but because it is, I think, because like in Japan, our voting system is very strict and you can't, it's really difficult to cheat, you know? But in America, it's very easy. So I hope that the system is better now. But one thing that I need to mention about Trump is that even though I support him, especially after the Hamas attack to Israel, I realized like I was in front of Ramaswamy, like I wanted, like I thought like maybe the Ramaswamy will be a fresh air, just like Trump was in 2016. But I realized that after Biden administration has helped the world to go this chaotic, I realized that the US, I mean, the world needs a strong leader from the US. And Trump's, like, when you see Trump, like, it gives you security, mental security that he's going to take care of it, kind of thing. And I think the world needs him now, more than ever. And but the problem that I see politically is that politics is different from business. And what I'm trying to say is that there are lots of betrayers, right, of Trump, and I get that. But if you exclude all your enemies or betrayers from your community, then even if you take power, it's gonna be difficult to control this political dynamics, because politics is a weird political field is a weird place. And what's often said is that, like, if you look at Xi Jinping, for example, like, I don't want to compare him with Xi Jinping, but if I dare to complain, I mean compare, Xi Jinping is obviously like he is getting rid of his political opponents and kicking out other factions from the power and so on. And it is actually like he is doing that to keep to stay in power, but at the same time he is choking himself in a way that he's isolating himself. Same for Putin, that they're isolating themselves, and as a result, like it it leads to that they cannot gain as much information as they used to. And also like they will, like, getting rid of all these people means that you get rid of the tools that you can use or cards that you can play with. And so that's what I'm a little bit concerned about when it comes to Trump. That Trump is, of course, like, he's got many allies and powerful people around him, but sometimes you need all these people that you don't get along with in the team, just to push. Mm. And I actually saw, and it was not my original idea. Like, I actually saw somebody Japanese posting this, saying that, oh, like, people have no idea. It was, I think he's an expert, like, not famous, but I just randomly saw on X. But this Japanese person was pointing out that, oh, people are not aware of Trump's dictatorship, but he doesn't see Trump as a dictator, but like, like he can have like a dictatorship kind of problem. So something to objectively think about, I think. Oh, 54 minutes. I should go soon. Man, there is a plane above our place right now. That's why I froze. Come back, internet. Hello. Is anybody out there? I hope that at least you can still hear me. The establishment GOP would rather go out of their way to help Democrats win than allow real populist representation in their party. The establishment GOP would rather go out of their way to help Democrats win than I see, I see. Can you hear me? Why? Maybe I should I don't know. Hmm. Oh, okay. Okay, if you can hear me. My computer is having pretty loud noise as well. Man, there's this big building that is getting constructed next to our building, and that is actually that began to like interfere in our Wi-Fi and TV connection. So this happens now. I have to do something about it. Man, should I change it to the camera of my laptop? I think I can open here and then change it to. Okay. Hi. Now I'm back, and let me. This is better. Why? Oh, this is up here. Ah. Okay. Oh, super chat. Summer super chat. Thank you. We have a saying concerning trader in France. Concerning trader, okay. The purse, is it ka or urge? The purse, the urge. Ah, yeah. The purge urges. Mm. You have a saying. That's interesting. That's France. Because you are. I feel like France has lots of experiences from a long time ago, like since like a long time ago. Mm, mm. Yeah, thank you for super chat. Oh, the camera's here. Yes, and I hear it. Okay, good. Is it in winter in Japan yet? It all of a sudden is. In um today is November 12th here already. But until a few days ago it was really warm, like abnormally warm. And so it was like what, like 27, 25 to 27 Celsius. So that's like summer. So we were all confused. My body was confused, And also I'm like, what should I wear? But I didn't have to care about it because I'm stuck home. But anyway, yeah. It's getting really cold all of a sudden. So I bet that the number of those who have a cold and so on, or flu or COVID, it's gonna rise again. Yeah. Hmm. Okay. Oh, it's been an hour. I should go. France purchase governments regularly, right? Really? Man, I have no idea about like European politics. My husband probably does. Like he knows everything, but me, I am not collecting enough information. Purging the Uni Party in Washington, D.C. is imperative for the survival of the Republic. Imperative. Hmm. I see. Nice weather in October is good time to travel to Japan. Oh, yeah, yeah. Yeah. Just Japan is awful when in summer. So like if you don't come here in August or July or June too, in June it's a rainy season. But if you avoid those months, I think that you're gonna have a good time because it's like eventful. You know, we have lots of seasonal things to celebrate and so on. So hello, Hugo. What's your take on the situation of Hanako Montgomery winning on an Emmy Award for her libellous hit piece against Japan? Who is she to begin with? I don't even know. I feel like I've heard of the name, but what is that? Who the hell is she? Oh, bilingual journalist? Is that her you're talking about? Okay. Bias World News. She's in Tokyo. Oh, she takes up gender gap, LGBTQ, environmental issues, and nuclear power plants. Huh. I see. And she won something. Why is she... I know that I read her piece before. Some article. I don't remember if it was good or bad. Like she didn't leave a strong impression on me. I think because I have good memory, but I don't know. Vice Media. Hmm. Not not really famous, I guess. Judging by the reaction of myself. Why is it really humid in Japan during the summer? Yes, it really humid and also hot. Like with humidity, the temperature is really high. So it's the hotness. Like it's different from the US. Like I've visited the US when I was like like how long ago? It was 2 decades ago or so. Nearly 2 decades ago, I think. When I was turning 20. So yeah, but anyway, I went to Virginia and then went to Washington, DC just to do a quick sightseeing. And then it was like, I think it was like 40 degrees, like Celsius. Like it was really hot, but it was just a heat and it was like burning my skin, and that's all I felt. And I'm like, I was shocked because the air was so dry, and it's summer and it's hot, but it was not really hot. Like it was just painful on my skin, and I was okay, you know. But in Japan, it is hot. Like it's like like I can't depict it. It's really hot. Yeah. Anyway, I really do want to visit Japan. You should. You should. Um, Recently, I think that you know, our we have more English signs and so on, and there are more English speaking staffs, so that can help you with. And so, yeah. Oh, super chat. Thank you. Yeah, more true in the mid 1900, and during all of 1800, from 1871 to 1958, there was around one government per month. What? What? Some lasted one day. That's crazy, man. But at least I think it's crazy, right? Like with the current set of minds or current values, like modern values. But back then, just to have that system, I think was way ahead in time. That it's good that everyone agrees to obey the rules, because it's not something that you can take for granted, because like just look at Middle East or something. Like it's it's difficult. Even if some countries have a system, doesn't mean that it has a functioning system too. And so I guess that people were following that, whatever system you had. So, by the way, I'm sorry to hear about what happened with the parade float tipping over. Oh yeah, yeah. There was one accident. Yes, I think one person died, right? Yeah, like but always Japanese festivals, it's dangerous. Like somebody dies, like we didn't expect that with that place though, the one that you are referring to, like it's not supposed to be dangerous. But over here in Fukuoka, for example, we have this thing called yamakasa, and it's a huge thing that all these men carry, and then they run like freaking fast, and they carry this like huge, like really heavy um festival thing. Like I don't know how to say that in English, but it's beautiful. It's beautifully decorated, and there are dolls and so on. It's tall, heavy, and all these men, they're showing their butt, by the way. Naked butt. It's cute, but but they are like "Rah!" And then it's so fast and so heavy that sometimes and they have a string. Is it a string? Like they have something to hold their body, so that even if they um are about to fall, like they can still like try to keep their body. But there was a case that somebody fell and then lost his life. So that happens, and other places in Japan too, like sometimes or often I think that it can, like they run, with carrying the heavy stuff. But yeah, that's what it takes to have a ritual, I think. And the thing about rituals is that politics do, like in Japanese, the festival matsuri, and like we call matsuri in Japanese festival, and also politics matsuri goto matsuri is same word. I mean the the characters are different, but the pronunciation is the same, and basically like it's the same thing. It's very sacred. It's sacred, right? And politics is supposed to be sacred, and it is supposed to be attached to like spiritual world as well. But nowadays, um people are changing, the values are changing, and especially after the internet age, people are becoming shallow, and so it's bad. But yeah. By the way, when it comes to entertainment, I've been watching Young Sheldon. Apparently, it's about this young genius kid, 10 years old, in Texas. I think it's in Texas. So like they've got accent, and also They go to church, and I'm really enjoying the culture, that you live with God, basically. So that's beautiful. Mm-mm-mm. Hanako Montgomery produced a propaganda hit piece called Inside the Pedophilic Manga Industry in Japan. Pedophilic! Because she doesn't fully understand Japan. Oh my gosh. So bad. She got an Emmy Award for that. Oh no. It was even geo-blocked in Japan. Oh man. Ugh. I guess it can be true to her, right? With her standards, but obviously not to Japanese people. If it was problematic, then we would know. Like Japanese people are the most polite people on earth, and we notice many things, and we have this like very mature, very I would say kind of like sophisticated is different. Like we have shaped our culture taking thousands of years, right? And we also seek freedom. We enjoy freedom, all kinds of freedom, and we find beauty in different things. And what appear like on the surface, some things may be confusing, but like we have this unique mentality and values, and I guess that sometimes outsiders cannot understand it. Like she does live in Japan, it seems, but doesn't mean that you have a heart of a Japanese person as a Japanese person. Mm, that's awful. uh, okay. Mhm. Sorry, just reading. Young Sheldon is the pa- prequel to the Big Bang Theory. Really? I wanted to watch Big Bang Theory, but it's not available on Netflix. Like they were streaming for a while, but it started in like season 6 or something, and I'm like, I want to see from the beginning, you know. So, but the kid is so smart. Like the kid actor, so crazy that he can memorize all these lines. Like so scary. Like he's so like to my eyes, he's a genius. So oh, heart, cute. Thank you. What's your opinion on Johnny Somali, the Gaijin streamer who's being terrorized in Japan? He got arrested, so sucker. uh, I hope that he enjoys the jail time or whatever. I don't know what's gonna happen to him, but I'm really hoping that karma will get him. Uh, because I want to believe in God, you know. Hmm. It's it's so weird. Like the internet. I think that Johnny Somali is just a symbol of this internet age. That there are crazy people in the world, and there have been. They've been there in fresh body, but we just didn't see them before because we didn't have the internet. But now that internet is there, it's visualized, like we can see them, right? See their existence. So and especially because they can be seen, all these idiots want attention. So there are stupid Japanese people too, that uh I think that we had a word like baito terror, like albeit terrorism, a part-time job terrorism. So what that means is that at workplaces, all these young kids do stupid things, uh, one guy was in the fridge of this, I think a restaurant or something, or food, some kind of food place, and then he was in the fridge, which is hygiene wise, it's bad, right? But they post stuff, the criminal acts. They post the criminal acts online, and it's like digital tattooed, and it's so stupid. But they're asking for it, so I just hope that whatever they do, I hope that they will get the punishment which equals to what they have done. Mm. Right now, this the recent thing that you should pay attention to is that this AI generated footage that was posted on X, and this guy, generated our prime minister footage as if he was on the news, on an actual news station. And so like there is the problem too, because it's the actual news station program. So I think they're working on it too, but it's a prime minister, and like he created this footage to make our prime minister talk about dirty things and so on. It seems like I didn't watch it because it's so low, and I don't want to input stupid information in my brain, so I didn't watch that. But there seems to be some silly footage like that, and so now he got caught, and he's gonna face the consequences. And because it's the first case, it's gonna become the example for the later uh incidents, if that, or cases, if that happens. So I hope that it's gonna be treated with a strong, like, punishment. Oh, super chat, thank you. The woman who won the Emmy for her hippies on the manga industry works for Vice Media. It's one of the most distrusted far left outlets in the West. Oh yeah, Vice. Oh yeah, Vice. I know I know of Vice. Like I think I know. Yeah. Interesting. So like you can just tell by where she works at, I guess. Huh. Washington Post, by the way, is famous here because we know, as conservatives, we know that they're left leaning. So it's good that what's great about Americans, especially, I guess it's the same for European people and elsewhere too. But you guys have media literacy, and now I have it because I got interested in politics. But like ordinary people in Japan don't have that because they're not politically aware of things. They're not interested in the society. They are just busy working all day long. And when they're home, they complain about work and then go back to work. So they don't have time to care about the society. Um, but that's good that you guys know. Mm. Yeah, I hope he gets deported. Yes, 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 yes. Like those who commit crimes here, I hope that they will get deported and never come back here again. I don't know about the rules now. Unfortunately for Rui-san's actors create more attention than Japanese ones, since they wouldn't be committing crimes if they didn't enter the country in the first place. Nuis? Nuis? Oh, sorry, I... 迷惑。人任せ。More attention, yeah. They wouldn't be committing crime. Yeah. I wish that they wouldn't come. Chris Rock is right on the money when he says the biggest addiction in America is attention. That's so true. That's the phenomenon that we are dealing with today. It's weird though. Like I had that those times, I was younger, and I was seeking attention too because I had issues with like validation. I guess that I was harsh on myself because of the environment that I grew up in. People were better than me, and I was taught that I was stupid and so on. And I didn't feel like my parents were like validating me. So then there was this isolation type of feeling, and then I guess that creates your desire to be validated in the society, like by other people or guys, like from opposite sex and so on. um that's interesting. The problem now is I think that attention becomes money. That's the biggest thing, I think. And that's the real addiction, I think. Like, oh, if you do this and get these many views, do crazy stuff and then get these many views so that you can make this amount of money. And that is the bad flow that we have in the society today. When I started YouTube, there was no revenue sharing. There was no advertisement to begin with. So like I was genuinely posting videos just for fun and like self-expression. But all these people, all these kids that came after me, they're like money, 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 right? So annoying. And they took my place, They have more views. My husband is yawning. I should go wake him up, I guess. He was taking a nap, obviously. Like I could hear him snore from another room. A joke compared to what it used to be. Running out of money and may go bankrupt soon. Really? That's awesome. I mean, I think that people here, for example, people who are siding with China. Older generation, even today, they s- they like China, or they think that Chinese culture is good and so on. Like they have, you know, back in the day, like Chinese people were riding only like bicycles, not motorcycle, bicycles, and so that's the image that they had. Together with like they appreciate the long years of culture and so on. But today, you see what China is doing, and you just wake up when you see all these horrible things that CCP is doing to people, even their own people too. Always remember the Tiananmen Square massacre, man, and all this oppression that have been going on. They catch even lawyers, and they even catch Japanese people working in China for espionage and basically hostage, and so they do that. um I forget what was it going. Oh man, my memory sucks now. Like, I skipped like 2 weeks or so, and then like it's hard to maintain the speaking and then think of what to say the next. Oh man, I need to practice more. Sorry if I derailed and so on a lot or forgot what to say many times, but I'm so happy and grateful that you're here listening to me. Thank you so much. If Trump wins, would you come to his inauguration? I would love to if I have the money. For me, I have all this like I'm clearing my schedule all the time, so that I can do political activities. But the problem is the fund. It's funny because I sometimes post random things on X, and sometimes there are people that don't like my posts, And then recently I got a reply saying like, "Oh, how much money did you get for this post?" Like, I wish I was paid, you know? Uh, but what I do is I'm just talking to you guys, and I also sometimes write articles, and not all platforms pay me. So, but Hanada does. So that's good. But yeah, I basically do this for free. Like all the activities that I do, I it's like volunteer work, and I spend money rather. And so all this super chat, and also I do have Patreon. I'm not active there, but there are people supporting me on Patreon, and also I sell my art, and sometimes people buy the art so that the money comes to me, and then that helps my political activities, and then the political activities help you. So yeah, your support always means a lot to me. Oh, thank you for super chat. There's an American streamer with HIV in Japan now who intends to spread it. What? That's a bioterrorism. He allegedly already got with two girls, no protection. Oh shoot. Seriously? That is horrible. Eh? Who is that? I need to warn people. What? What is wrong with people? Like, see, like, we need spirituality. Like, we need people. Like, I know the leftists don't believe only believe in the religion of science, right? Like, they're too scared to believe in what they don't know. But man, religion and all this like spiritual beliefs are so important because humans don't behave. Oh man. Yoko, could you YT YouTube channel memberships? I could, but I don't know what to do. I could totally do that. Like I'm eligible. Like I'm. YouTube keeps saying like, "Oh, you can do this membership thing," and then I'm like, oh. And I could guide to Discord, I guess, but I don't want to mess up the linking. You know, the linking process is difficult. So, hmm. So that's why like I haven't set up anything. I I wish that like locally, I wish that I had some geek, you know, that is familiar with like all this internet thing. But death penalty, yes. 80% of Japanese people support death penalty, just so you know. Um, yeah, definitely. Hmm. We don't have enough time in the live stream to cover that. Yeah. Like, you know, just because you have this unfortunate situation, you want to bring down everybody else too, like to get to, you know, together with you want to go down with others. What a sinful way of thinking. But I believe in like a soul travel, it's soul trip. Like I believe that we are all like in the end we are only like a soul, you know, or spirit. I don't know which one is the correct ones. In Japanese, it's tamashi. I don't know if it's usually soul, but in this case, it might be spirit. But like we're like energy, right? And then like we leave this body one day. And then I know that Christian people believe that you go to heaven and live happily ever after. But I believe in like reincarnation. So like we come back, you know, that's my belief. And But in order to do that, like you have to go up and up, be better and better, and so on. And I can't. Some people want to have fun, or just tackle whatever they want to, just to experience and so on. But me, because I'm a spiritual person now, I'm like, I need to, like, what's the word, polish, yeah, polish, or refine. I think it's polish, like polish my soul, or my spirit, to be better, to serve later, you know like for me, like it's gonna help me later. That's my belief, like. So yeah, man, crazy people are crazy. Man, I was gonna go, but new comment. Oh, hello, good evening, Yoko. With World War III on the horizon, but I thought it was important today to pass a bill, making it illegal if you don't use people's preferred pronouns at your job, with threats of being fired. What? That is a joke. Oh my gosh. What is Biden? So that means in entire US? Huh? Making it illegal if you don't use at your job. That's so stupid and crazy. That is the threat against, like, it's not even a threat. It's like attack on the freedom of speech. What? I'm like, like, oh, you know what? Like, it's different from LGBTQ thing. But like, let's say that I want to be called beautiful. If you call me ugly, then you're gonna be charged. How ridiculous is that, right? Like, we decide what to talk about others. We just have to make sure that we pay the, you know, at least, like, there's a line that we have to pay respect to. But other than that, we should be, oh man, we should be free. That's so ridiculous. Yes. The problem with YouTube is they take 30%. Yeah. Something like Streamlabs would be better since they take less percentage. Huh? Cool. Wait, Streamlabs? You can stream on that service alone? I didn't know that. Man, I want a strong computer, just so you know, so that I can do more things. And I want to do like game streaming with a camera and so on. I can't do that. All I have now is MacBook Pro, which I'm using right now, and it's not powerful enough. Police speech is unconstitutional, just nonsense for election. Oh yeah, election thing. My pronouns are Your Highness. That's a good one. Yeah. Ah, which one? Dore. Oh, the last one. Kore. Thank you for the super chat. My husband is like yelling from the like another room. He used to come to this room to tell me like, "Oh, you forgot that you super chat." Now he's like, "Ah, super chat." Anyway, does Japan have any official observance of Armistice Day on November 11th, since they fought for the Allies during World War One? Wait, sorry. I don't even know that term. Kyusen Kinembi. See, I didn't even know. Oh no. I need to be more professional. Have any official observance? What do you mean official observance? 公式行事ってこと？ Hey husband! 休戦記念日の公式行事はあるか？第一次世界大戦の休戦記念日、11月11日の公式行事は何かあるのかと。He's like, no way, nothing. So that's the answer. Thanks for asking. Now I know something else. Cool. Only take super chats. It's not a streaming site. Oh, I see. It's 5 to 10%. I see. It's whether or not to pay the fee instead of the receiver. Your pronouns are emperor of mankind and outer space. Oh man, we should be creative and yeah, do that. But is that the problem though? If you start pushing your pronouns like that and then expect others to say, maybe you should sue others. First, you say that with a straight face, like, "Oh, my pronouns are this." Right? I mean, pronoun is this, and then force the people to you work with you to say that. And then if they violate, then you can sue them, right? Someone asked my pronouns once. I said, "Do you tout puissant, Almighty God, and matua, matua, or something? I don't know. Master." Cool. Yeah, we should be creative like that. Huh. Cool. I've been watching a YouTube channel lately with a Japanese mother and her 1 year baby, Toko-chan. Oh, she's cute. So cute. Japanese babies are so cute. To me, I'm so like savage, or I don't know the adjective. I'm very like I'm very critical against people. So even babies, like, yeah, these babies are cute, but these I can be like that. One thing that's good about me is that I am dead honest. So like you can come to me for honest opinions, and yeah, but some people have problems with that sort of attitudes. Burnout fatigue coming. Oh man, that's funny. Pronoun. I wish I was like energetic enough to make a short video or something like that about that. It'll create a good short video. Or maybe everyone should make a video, like a short video, like a YouTube short or whatever. Like it can be posted anywhere and say like, a video about your pronouns, and my pronouns are this and that. And it's so like, oh, Almighty God, or Your Highness. Uh, it would be, I mean, it would be problematic though. I guess that itself can be taken as discriminative, But at the same time, then what about our feelings, right? Man, I was gonna go, but this these comments are so fun that I was gonna go, man. I was gonna let you guys sleep, but uh, um, but when it comes to funny things, by the way, I've been hooked on is it Matt Rife? I think his name is Matt Rife. Yeah, Matt Rife. He's so cute. It's so funny. He's a stand-up comedian and actor, and Matt Rife. He has a YouTube channel, and some. When I searched for stand-up comedy just to feel better, his video came up, and I watched this red flag video about Miami. You gotta watch it. Miami, people in Miami are so wild, so crazy, and he does all this improvs with the audience, so wonderful. Like he's been doing the stand-up comedy since he was a teenager. He's really good, like very spontaneous and good. So that's very impressive, and I can learn a lot from him about humor. so so I've been watching him recently, just reminded me of that. It's funny though, because usually comedians are supposed to look funny, even their appearances are expected to be average so that people can relax and listen to them like a friend. But I guess people like him is a new thing. But anyway, okay. Now I think I can go. So thank you so much for all your super chat and everything. And also the funny comments. And also, I got smarter today too because you guys introduced some things that I didn't know. Thank you so much, and I hope that I served you in some way. I will study more to be able to tell you more fun stuff. Okay, anyway, make sure you subscribe to this channel and also follow me on X if you haven't. Okay? And I'm always live streaming on this Japanese application called Mirative. I will spell it like for you. And I'm active there. And if you search this name, then you will see my account. But yeah. Anyway, thank you so much, guys. I know that it's late there. Hope you guys sleep well. If you're in other countries, have a good day. Okay. Hope to see you. Yes, next week is, yeah, I'll be here. I'll see you next week. Okay. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. See you. Bye. Wait, is it, did it end? I don't even know if it ended.